we go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey.
Yo, yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
What up? What
Rock it
up?
up for us, Q.
All right. Okay. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's the Chicago Sports Podcast, your Thursday night here with the fellas. I'm here with my man Pinky, the phenomenon, BJ, and my man Mr. Lockhart. This is his name, Derek. I don't want to kill your name, your first name, man.
Darius.
Go ahead, introduce yourself, my man.
Darius
That's what's up,
Lockhart.
my
Live.
man Darius with the Cal Long jersey. I appreciate that. He was a beast when he was healthy.
Yeah.
Man. How's the fellas
Yes,
going
sir.
tonight?
Everything's good, man. I was well. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. What's going on with you, BJ? How's everything, man?
I'm good. Everything's good, man. Everything's good.
And you, Pinky, how's the world, man?
Blessed, baby. Feeling blessed as always, man.
That's
Always.
what's up. That's what's
Yes,
up.
sir.
So let's get right up into it, man. Caleb and the Chicago Bears to the moon. Now, this is my first. I haven't been on here for a minute since the draft, so I'm guessing that we are excited or happy with what Poles did. You
Yeah.
know, some question
Absolutely.
moves, but we're not gonna get into that. So let me start with you, BJ. It's a two-part question.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with? Are you happy with what Poles did during the draft? And what's your expectations after the draft? Plus, what he did.
Okay. So, as far as the draft is concerned, I do like the draft. The draft was legit. You know, I was questionable about that punter, but then after it settled down a little bit, you know, I understood it. I understood it. Now, after the draft, I still expect them to make some moves. We need another. We need another defensive lineman.
Ooh, I don't mean to interrupt everybody, but we got a special guest in the building. We got Chicago's very own. This man needs no introduction, but we got Mr. Kellen Davis in the building. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on?
Yo.
What's going on?
Not much. Just got the kiddos asleep. I'm good to go.
Right
Yes,
on.
sir, man. I know that feeling, brother. I know that feeling. Whew. So we quickly for you, real quick, fill you in. We are talking Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears and their potential. As our little slogan says, Caleb Williams and Chicago Bears to the moon. Like, what's their ceiling potential for this season? And so right now we're kind of quickly like doing a little overview of like how we felt about the draft at the moment.
Okay.
I believe we were still talking to BJ about it.
Yeah. So I think the draft went well, but as far as after the draft, I think we still need to address the D line. I think we need a edge rusher. I mean, I know it's not going to be a long-term fix, but we need something. We need something. Something for this year. So maybe running back with Yannick. Maybe. I mean that's the best option that's remaining out there, at least from what I can see. And then I think everywhere else, I think we're decent for this upcoming year. I think we just need to shore up that defensive line.
All right. What about you? Mr. Lockhart? How you feel about it?
For me, the draft went great. I understand that it's a process, so we're not going to get everything we need in one draft. You know what I'm saying? I think that's unrealistic to think, but we can get some pieces to grow on, and I think we do have some. The D line, we need to build more there, and I think the O line as well. Those trenches we got. That's where the game is played at. The team that wins in the trenches usually wins the game.
Agreed.
So I think we focus on the three tech position, and also the defensive end position. Like you said, running the back with Yannick, I'm not mad at it as long as he checks the boxes health wise.
Yeah.
You
True.
know,
Yeah.
but we bringing guys in, and like I said last week, we're gonna have draft capital. We can pull the same move we pulled last year when we got Montez Sweat, because I'm sure it's the guy that feels like he want to get out of the situation in with another team. It's always one of those guys every year. So we got flexibility. Pose is doing his thing. People question the punter. The punter's gonna always come up. It's gonna be 10 years from now, and that punter pick is gonna come up. Hopefully he does what it do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as the draft overall, we got the biggest piece, man. We got Caleb at 1. That was the number 1 priority. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad, like I said last week, I'm so glad that Chicago, we decided to prioritize that position. Because that's gonna be the start of our, you know what I'm saying? It's the start of our sustainability, man.
Okay.
All right. Well, how do you feel about it, Mr. Davis?
I mean, I think the draft went about as good as it could. It's going to be interesting to see how Caleb does in the preseason, so I can, make a determination on what I think he's going to be. The ceiling is very high, and I like his game, but that transition can be tough for quarterbacks. So I don't think everybody should be out here thinking they're going to the Super Bowl this year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he's going to be a rookie quarterback. I don't care how good he is. There's a learning curve. And the kid we took it in at 9 Odunze. I got to watch him play in person. The boy can ball, so I thought that was a really good pick. And then at the same time, I think that we got a new quarterback and a really good receiver that can grow together. From Jump Street, they're going to spend a lot of time together in all those rookie camps or rookie meetings and all that stuff extra. So like that connection should already be there for them by the time they get to training camp.
Yeah, that's right. You're right about that.
Like my man just said, you win the game up front. So I would have liked to see them, make some more moves in free agency, if not in the draft, towards the D-line especially. I think the guys we have at O-line right now are serviceable. And, that's something we could add to later on. But, yeah, I was kind of surprised that he didn't make too many moves to, pick up some interior D linemen or some edge rushers.
Yeah. I was satisfied with the draft, to be honest. Like once we got Caleb, I felt like everything else was kind of gravy, and then on top of that, we got dessert when we got Roma Dunze. So anything after that, for me, it was just a cherry on the top. We get literally the best special team player that was available, and there's we're finding out now there was like 3 or 4 teams that wanted him, and we kind of snatched them up before they could. So that's always a good feeling.
He come through and he the real deal, bro.
Oh,
we're gonna be happy we took that pick. I promise you that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we lost a couple of games, because of field position, and gave up a lot of scores, unnecessary good field position to other teams last year because of Trenton Gill. So I'm not upset that we got him where we got him, because we needed him. So, but yeah, that's I pretty much. I'm overall ecstatic. I love the undrafted guys we picked up, guys who fill holes and needs. We signed the corner, the running back, which is always good. Both guys can contribute to special teams right away. And we got a couple of O-linemen, some really big bodies for O-line, a couple of big D-line guys. I like the Randolph, the guy from Illinois. I hope he pans out really well for us as well.
The undrafted guy, right?
Yeah, the undrafted. Yeah. So
he's not a 3-tech, is he? He's not a 3-tech, is he?
No, not necessarily. He can be though. But quickly, I don't mean to feel like I'm taking over the show today, but Taylor, so your thoughts on now that we kind of get a grasp on what we think about the season, what do you feel about Caleb in this offense, in the team in general? How do you feel about us?
I mean, I think that like I said, that the ceiling is very high. I mean, we're gonna have some good guys on the outside, and hopefully the running game will be there just like it was last year. And that's like a rookie quarterback's, that's a dream situation where you got a team that can run the ball and give him a chance to take some pressure off, let him do the play action and be successful at those type of things. That's kind of his wheelhouse for what he did in college as well. So I think there's potential for us to have, one of the better offenses in the league if Caleb is as build, So I would say I got mid-high expectations for this season. I'm not at that high point because I haven't seen the kid play in the league yet. So you got to earn your stripes. I want to see them preseason games, and I want, then I'm really going to know where we're going to be at this season. But I mean, it's an exciting time for those guys to, you take a quarterback and one, man, you got hopes.
Yeah.
As long as he is as built, man, the team is going to be his. And hopefully, like my hope for him is that we're still like, it's crazy because when I came in, we were an older team. Like we had a whole bunch of veteran leaders on the team.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they don't really have all that many guys, no veteran leaders in the locker room. So, I would hope that some of the older players would kind of pull him along so he can mature quicker, into the program.
Yeah.
And I think that will make a big difference, as far as his success off the field, going into the games. And I think that will make a big difference in his success on the field.
Okay.
I agree with that. 100%.
So Kellen, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Pink. So Kellen, I got a question for you because I think this new OC, this is kind of your wheelhouse because he's a heavy tight end OC. He runs a lot of heavy tight end sets.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. I was gonna ask you, how do you think that's gonna help Caleb?
I mean, like I said earlier, like if the run game is there, and by committing to running more 2 tight end sets, if you got guys that can also catch passes and block, you have a whole nother body on that line of scrimmage to, take away another defender. So even if they're loaded box, you got more guys. You can still run the ball against a loaded box, which is, kind of counterintuitive of where the league is going now, these days with all the pass happy stuff. But like I said, like if he can get into the play action game and that run game is there for him, like that's going to take so much pressure off him. So he's not going out trying to win games just with his arm, because I think that kind of happened to like Trevor Lawrence a little bit when he got picked number 1. He got thrown right into the fire, and he wasn't as successful his first couple of years as he has been these last couple. And I think that's a big part of it when you go somewhere and you expect to be the guy, but then you trying to do it all every game. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
You can be a more balanced offense and give him options, and when he's struggling or he is having trouble with a team or a defense or a scheme or something like that, rely on the run game, let him make some plays outside the pocket.
Okay.
Yes. I'm with that 1,000%.
I have a question for you, Kellen.
Yeah.
So we were having this discussion last week about the receivers, how potentially all 3 receivers. Well, Pinky thinks all 3 receivers can go over 1,000 yards this year.
Yes, they will.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't even know how many times that's ever happened in the history of the game.
I know.
It's happening.
Run and shoot.
Like 5,000 yards rookie year.
Well, the last team to do that was the 08 Cardinals. So the 08 Cardinals was the last team to do it, and they didn't necessarily have they had Larry Fitzgerald,
Bolden.
Anquan Bolden, and oh my goodness, can't think of his name. He was a slot receiver for them.
Avant.
No, I don't think it was. Was it a Vine?
No, I can't think of his name.
From Michigan.
I believe so.
It might have been a Vine there if it was from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it up, but they all three guys went over 1,000 yards, and I believe Kurt Warner was the quarterback.
But Kurt Warner, it was a veteran quarterback, though.
Yeah, he's a vet,
Yeah,
man.
that was a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
I understand that, but you also got to remember they had one of the worst. They still had like a bottom 10 offensive line too, so he was taking a lot of hits, and they still was able to put up those kind of numbers with the wide receivers, and they didn't. Saying the running game was decent. They had balance. They were a balanced offense that year in 08, and offensive lines was similar to what we have now. I'm just saying we have a younger mobile quarterback. We have faster receivers because their offense was more predicated on, quick 5-yard hitches, couple slants here and there, because the line wasn't as good. So he didn't have time to hold the ball all the time. So we have, more athletic wide receivers. They're younger, way faster than Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald wish they could ever be. And don't get me wrong, I know Larry Fitzgerald was that dude, but he ain't nowhere near as fast as Rome or DJ. So I'm still holding on to the fact that I think they can all get 1,000 yards.
No,
that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
I don't think it will be.
Version of a 2-time Super Bowl champion versus a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
There's a learning curve in between
in a brand new system.
and that.
In a brand new system, so they all going to be learning.
To be fair, let's just. I mean, they have changed the rules to make it a little bit easier. They made the rules a little easier for them now.
You want that to happen? Them receivers gonna have to do that work, man. It's all about that yak.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they out there balling and making things happen, and they able to make that deeper play action pass game work, and take some slants 50, 60 yards every now and then, or take a comeback, break a tackle, get 30. That's how that really happens. It's just as much on the receiver to get that 1,000 yards as it is the quarterback. The quarterback got to put the ball within receiving range. If he puts it on the money, then you got to do something with it.
Yeah.
But tell him, Kellen, them tight ends got to get love too.
Oh, they got to eat.
Yeah, they got to get love too. So
they hungry, bro.
I actually beyond the full disclosure, I actually have Cole Kmet actually as our I have him leading the team in touchdowns this year.
Probably.
That could be possible. I think that's real possible.
It's gonna happen. I think
that's real possible.
That's the one thing that Caleb Williams hasn't had even in college is a tight end that can catch on a consistent basis like that. I think that's going to open up a whole new avenue for him because he's never had that. He didn't have any tight ends he could really rely on because they all had to block for him at USC because the line was so terrible.
Well, he got two.
He didn't have the outlets.
We just better hope the Bears line hold up too, because he might be in the same situation.
Those in breaking routes, hit him with a corner route on a smaller body guy, get him matched up on a safety.
Yeah.
There's versatility, and that gives you a lot more options in the red zone as far as route combinations and the match.
Steve Breston.
Yes. Breston with the Michigan, though, right?
Thank you, Stockton 209 Bravo. Appreciate that.
Breston from Michigan, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Breston
he went to Michigan.
So Avant was in Philly, and it was Steve Breston that went to Arizona. Okay. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was a Michigan guy. Sorry, Kellen. You know what I'm saying? We know you're Spartan. But, yeah, we knew it was a Michigan guy. But, yeah, man. I mean, you talking like Caleb gonna throw for like 5K, man. That's a lot, bro.
That's a big ass, man.
That's a lot, bro.
CJ Stroud,
y'all putting way too much pressure on the rookie.
CJ Stroud stuff right now.
And there's nothing wrong with turning around and handing that thing off, man.
No, there ain't.
I'm telling you, man.
I look, first overall pick. I'm trying to see us. I'm trying to see us break them records.
It's such a huge jump between the speed of the game and the different schemes that a defense is going to throw at a rookie quarterback to confuse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of difference.
True.
Like that. The
And
skill gap goes from like here when you can just literally be better than the opposition to about right here where it ain't much. To be, the difference between good and great ain't that much.
Not at all.
I'm with you, Cliff. If he ain't better than Stroud, I'm gonna be really mad.
Nah, man. I mean, you know, but
Bruh.
you know what I'm saying? This is a marathon, brother.
What was the Texans record the year before? Weren't they like 2 and whatever?
Mm-hmm.
No, they won like 4 games.
And he took them to the playoffs. Yeah. That don't happen all that often.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
it doesn't.
Nah, man. But listen, man, this is a marathon, not a sprint, man, because it don't do us no good if he jump out and throw for 4K the first year, and year 2 he regrets. That does us no good, man. I can deal with the gradual because he doesn't have to be extra for us to be a playoff team because we do have an actual team. You know what I mean? We got a defense. We got a very stout defense. You know what I mean? And if we can put pressure on the other team's defense to put pressure on if we can use our offense to put pressure on the other team's offense, that'll be good for our defense. Because I think the coach did that for like 14 years with P. Manning. They lit up the scoreboard and they forced other offenses to play a certain type of way. And they had those bookends to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And it just forced their hand. So if we can do that, I think we'll be all right.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, when you look at it and you think about what a defense is like, when you have a decent, the pieces, the building blocks on the defense are there. You have the players that can, at least be serviceable. Keeping them off the field is a big get if you can sustain drives and eat clock up on the offensive side. Ain't nobody better than a pass rusher that's fresh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
You got them guys out there taking 60 snaps a game, bro. And them 4 quarter, bro. You trying to go out there, take every snap and go ham chasing everybody, bro. It's a big ass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so man, like I said, man, baby steps, man. Long as he's better than the guy that left here, man, I think we on the right track. It's what I'm saying, it's a gradual. If we can just gradually get better. I mean, it's gonna be spots where he may have games where he throw over 300 and all that. But as long as we can score points, and the biggest thing for me is getting down in that red zone and kicking field goals. Like it's been too long. We've done that too long, man. We got to get in there. We got to get in there. We got to score touchdowns instead of field goals. I mean, we have a reliable kicker, and I'm cool with that. But we have to score touchdowns, man.
So I have a question for you. I'm sorry. I have a question for you, Kel.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Again, it's always a blessing to have you on, man. Definitely a blessing. Now, with the roster set it is right now, do you see this team without any major injury? Because you're gonna have injury. Hopefully, no one major goes down for a long time. Even period stays healthy. What is the furthest you see this team can go?
I mean, I think they could definitely be in playoff contention. But I mean, the whole season and how productive they can be hinges on the quarterback. The team will go as he goes this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm hoping he comes right out of the gate and, has a really clean preseason. I think a big thing, like everybody talks about like CJ Stroud's season last year and, all the great plays that he made, but the best plays in my mind that he made as a rookie quarterback, he wasn't turning the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
He was not turning the ball over. I mean, he went I can't remember. It was a ton of completions before he even threw his first pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a record. It's a rookie record too.
Yeah, so it's like just if he can limit that turning the ball over and be, at least a decent quarterback as far as the passing game goes, I think that, I think they could be in playoff contention, if not, in the playoffs for sure, coming towards the end of the season. But, the tough thing is going to be playing Detroit twice. And, Green Bay, they're coming on too. So it's like, you're going to have at least 4 tough, in-conference games out of the season.
Yeah.
So I think
start the season off with the Lions on Monday night.
I think that will determine how they fare in those games, and their record in those games is really going to determine how well what they're able to do at the end of the season / postseason. What their record is coming out of those games. Those are playoff teams, two solid playoff teams in the division, and those are games you got to win.
Yeah, those are the games where you see where you at.
Now, if they can go 2-2, go 3-1 in them games, it's looking good.
Oh yeah. We got one of our fans, Trap the Keeper. He had a question for you. Do you think that we will be in the pistol with Kmet, Swift, and Herbert at any point in the season?
I mean, potentially. Like when we ran Mart's offense, like I probably did about 10% of the time I was in the backfield running protections and stuff. It was me and Forte back there. And so, like, it just depends on OC, and how.
He never used that enough with y'all, man.
And how, if that's a potential strength for your team and something you can get to, the more multiple you can be on offense, the better. The more looks you can throw at defense, the better. So if Kmet's able to be versatile like that, then I mean, why not? That just opens up more plays in the playbook that you can throw at defense. I mean, it's just like defensively, the more schemes that you can throw at an offense, the more tape you got to watch, the more stuff you got to be ready for. And that takes time. That's all that is. That's time, like watching tape and practicing the looks, like you can only get so much in 3-4 practices a week before you play.
Yeah.
And then that's barring the new stuff that they're going to put into, specifically for your team. So, like you gotta get in the game and you gotta be prepared for it. And then you gotta adjust to whatever else they throw at you too. And I think that'll be a good look. I think so.
Okay. Got another question from a fan. Should the Bears go after Allen from Washington or Hendricks from the DN Hendricks? So the defensive tackle Jonathan Allen from the Commanders, or Trey Hendricks from Cincinnati?
I like the kid from Cincinnati. I like his game. I'll take him. He's physical. I think he's solid in the run game. And I mean, you don't want to have a weaker interior, but you also, you got to get them sacks, bro. You got to. Those the real game records can, pop off every now and then, have 3-4 sacks a game and change the game. Like the entire, process of how the game goes, like you got to get them sack numbers up, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure if you look at the better teams every year, their sack totals are up there, regardless of offense. They're got to be in that top 10, top 15 with the sack numbers.
Mm-hmm. Me and you on the same page with that one. I want Hendricks.
I think the only team that couldn't get it right was the Chargers, and that just baffles me. They had Mack and Bosa, and they still couldn't get it right.
But they were injured. They were injured a lot last year, though. They were injured. They both had their share of injuries last year.
Yeah. But Max still got out of there with like 16 and a half, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was putting in work.
So usually a guy with 16 and a half sacks, man, I mean, and for them to only win like 4 games, that's crazy.
Yeah, but their whole team just wasn't together. Their whole team was just off.
They had a terrible coach. Wasn't he a terrible head coach too, man?
Yeah.
He was just awful. He was awful. So that happens.
And now he's in San Francisco. So.
Well, he can coordinate. He was D coordinator, right? Yeah.
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 But Yeah, that was a good question. That was definitely a good question to ask right there. But so one question I had for you, this is really to you from when you're back in your playing days. Have you did you ever play with any top 5 defenses with the Bears and had like has there been a situation where you had, 3 receivers, had 3 top end receivers, 2 good tight ends, you know, you know, including yourself? Like, have you ever been in a situation like that with the Bears or any other team? Have you ever been in that situation?
I wouldn't say we had, 3 top tier receivers ever. That was never really a focus for us. I mean, we had guys that were really good, and we had some guys that were premier. Like we
Yeah,
would have 1 or 2 premier guys, and some guys that were really good can make plays for us. But we wasn't an offense that was going to put up, 2 top 1,000-yard receivers. It just wasn't going to happen. So, I mean, yes, we had some ballers. Yes, we had some top tier guys, but not all together like that. I mean, I think Kelly's walking into a good situation with some really, a lot of talent on the outside.
yeah,
It's like we're not going to be able to sit here at the end of the season and say like, guys just weren't making plays for him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or he didn't have enough. Or he didn't have enough weapons. He got plenty of weapons. Yeah.
I mean, I can't honestly myself. I can't recall a time where the Bears had, potentially 2, we got a 1A and a 1B, receiver. Running back. We have literally a true number 1 running back, a number 2 running back, top end running back, who for the last couple of years led the leagues in yards per carry, and Herbert, and 2 very, very productive tight ends. Everett, who, if you give him a chance, can probably take the top off the defense within 20 yards. He's really good. And we got 3 receivers who are literally number 1 receivers. You put them on any team, they could be a number 1 receiver. And that includes the rookie, in my eyes. I'm on the mindset that Roman Doomsday is literally going to be a dog. I mean, everyone thinks he's looking at me crazy. I know y'all looking at me side-eyed, but I have a feeling because I have a feeling that early in the season, teams are not going to respect him. They're going to be putting some bum, corner on him or something, or somebody thinks some slot corner going to be able to cover him or something, and he going to be putting up crazy numbers his first 4 or 5 games of the season before they start, giving him coverage and then opening things up for DJ. And
for the most part, Pinky, we agree with you with them being a beast. We just don't think he got 1,000 yard receivers. That's a lot.
It can happen. He doesn't have to. Like,
I don't see like if Caleb, like I said, if he's as build, man, like you gotta think like Doomsday is walking into a great situation where you already have a clear cut number 1 on the outside. He can work from the slot. He can work on the opposite side. You can't put double teams on 2 different receivers all the time. Like that is not done. You can't do that and have integrity on your defense.
And
so
that's the thing.
You will get opportunities for sure just because of DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore can do the same thing. He can line up in the slot. He can line up on both sides, the X, the Y. They all have that same versatility, which is what is amazing. Because Keenan Allen can do it too. He can line up anywhere on that field as a wide receiver, which is beautiful. Yeah. So I just think that versatility it's going to make it that much easier for Caleb, and the fact that he already has chemistry with a Doomsday and Keenan Allen prior to even being drafted. Yeah. So a lot of people aren't, I think that's why I feel like the chemistry is going to be there, and why I feel like the having 3 1,000-yard receivers is going to be more plausible this year than, maybe if he didn't have that or had to build that chemistry through training camp, because he already knows, their mannerisms. He kind of knows them already. He can't. Only thing he has to do is
I think you on to some next year expectations.
Yeah, I think that's more next year.
I think you skipping in here. You jump the season.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know he has to learn the offense, but
They
He
all
seems
do.
so regret.
Bruh,
It's all new to
that's a big
everybody.
ask.
Hey, look, listen,
They
man.
all do.
I mean, it
Hey,
wasn't
look.
for CJ.
Look,
I mean, hey.
it's nothing wrong with optimism, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody was saying this
Listen,
about
I
CJ
hope
Stroud, and he came in
everything
with.
you saying it comes to fruition, bro.
Oh man, I hope he has 4,000-yard receivers. I hope.
Oh,
You know
Look, I
what I'm
want to see
saying?
Komet get 1,000 yards too, because that's my dude, man. I love Cole Komet. Brother could do everything.
Yeah, he's a
He
good
just
player.
ain't been getting the shine. He finally in the offense that's gonna really open up his game. He can literally be. He's like a slower version of Travis Kelce to me, but that's me being a homer, and that's because I like him because he went to Notre Dame and all that stuff like that and whatnot, and Chicago kid. So he's a Chicago guy. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give him love because I'm from Chicago. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for the guy. I really like his game. He came out there all hurt and stuff and was still out there doing his thing for us, man. I love it. So
Yeah,
I want to see him get 1,000 yards this year.
There was a question for you, Kellen. I
Yeah.
can barely see the comments, man. My stuff is acting up. What's your thoughts on Everett anyway as a tight end for the Bears? That pickup.
I mean, I think he's a threat in the passing game. I think his blocking in the run game has got a ways to go. But I mean, really, like, I think that kind of takes, like, for a player like him, at least from what I've seen him play, I think that takes like a certain mentality from the OC, from the team to, kind of pass that message. It's like the difference between when you see the teams where the receivers are really getting downfield and making blocks and springing plays, as opposed to the guys who are, on the backside just kind of, playing pity pat on the backside because they don't think the ball's coming that way or whatever. It's just a difference in mentality, I think. And I think if he buys in and gets into that, then, I think he could be an all-around, productive tight end, not only in the pass game but in the run game.
yeah. And I think what a lot of people not talking about is that Everett knows this system. He's very versed in this system because he was in LA, he was in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he knows the system.
That's gonna make his job a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah, he's very versed in this system. So, he's gonna teach, he's gonna help Komet get better.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, that's what you want, though. You want that, though.
Yeah,
You want that.
yeah.
That's that veteran presence. I wish we had more veteran presence to help, with the quarterback position. I think the receivers are good because you got two stud veteran receivers that can help roam. But I wish we
vet of vets, man. I said Keenan Allen's the vet of all the vets.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't get
I just wish we would have picked up a quarterback, a veteran quarterback that could have helped out with Caleb.
And he does have that.
It's still
might.
time. It's
They
still
still might time.
And plus people, the underrated signing that we signed to our staff. I can't think. Oh man, I feel bad for forgetting his name, but he's the new quarterbacks coach for the Bears. He played in the NFL and everything. So he played in the NFL. He is a quarterback whisperer. I mean, look what he did for Geno. The man is amazing. And if he can do what he did for Geno, he can. I can only imagine what he's going to do for Caleb. The man is awesome. So I'm not worried about Caleb's development under his tutelage. He got somebody he can mold into the image of what we've been looking for forever. Because what I'm saying, he don't have to tear down anything of his game. He's just, all he has to do is add on to it and build up on certain things and let the other stuff come with it. And I'm excited. I'm over getting goosebumps because I'm all excited about it.
It'll be a good season, man. It's gonna be a good season. We're gonna have more wins than L's.
It should be a fun season. It should be.
I gotta bounce, y'all. It's about that time for me.
All right, my friend.
I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Yeah,
good talking with you.
Appreciate
pleasure having you, man.
Thank you.
No problem, man.
Anytime you want to come on, man, let us know.
All right, that's what's up.
Oh yeah.
Salute to you, man.
All right.
Oh, that was awesome, man. Look cute, bringing in.
Yeah, shut you down with them 3,000-yard receivers.
No, he didn't. I'm still holding on hope.
I brought that
We're
purposely.
gonna
I
have
brought
Caleb
that
Marino.
purposely because I wanted to shut
And
that
much
out of your
love to-
head.
Yeah, much love to everybody in the comments, man. Keep it coming. Please like and subscribe to keep this up float, man. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in on YouTube, on the Facebook, man. Just keep the questions coming, please. You know,
Yeah, you guys are.
What's your thoughts on what he was saying, fellas? Like, you know, what caught your attention? What do you think? Let me start with you. Go ahead, Darius. What did he say that caught your attention?
The main thing is that if Caleb is what he's supposed to be, this season gonna be very special. Like he kept saying that if Caleb is as promised, sky's the limit.
Yep.
You know, that stuck with me. And you know what I'm saying? Good health and good quarterback play, I think can go a long way, man. I think we'll be all right. Like, I'm not saying Super Bowl because I don't want to set the bar that high. Not yet. You know what I mean?
Not yet, of course.
Because I want gradual success, man. I don't want this thing microwave, man. You know, because it's one Super Bowl every 20 years, man. Nah. I want to always have a chance every year.
Go ahead, DJ. What's your thoughts, man?
So my takeaway is, Bears fans, we need to just relax. Caleb is a rookie.
Bears fans to relax, man.
Listen. Just hear me out. We need to just be in the moment and not try to rush this process and expecting Caleb to be a world beater out the gate. I mean, he possibly could. But realistic expectations, he is a rookie. He is a rookie quarterback coming from college to the NFL. It's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. But as long as he can be some form of what we're looking for, I mean, some form of that greatness that we saw, I think that we should have a pretty good season. You know, I just don't want us to go in there thinking that he's gonna throw for 5,000 yards, and if he only throws for 3,200, they look at it as a failure. You know, so. Well, I mean,
you're gonna have some, man. You're gonna have some.
You talking about Bears fans?
You're gonna have some.
Shoot, they complain about everything.
All right. Well,
go ahead. Take it away, my brother.
My takeaway is like from what Kellen, this Davis is saying. He's like BJ, that very cautiously optimistic, suffering from PTSD fan. So, you know, he's optimistic, but he's not good. He's not ready to just, you know, teeter-tot off the edge like I have. I already jumped off the cliff. I'm full board. Like, I know you, Darius, BJ, y'all want to take the baby steps. I done jumped up from crawling. I'm already running to the chicken, baby. It's a wrap. Like, I'm saying, I got us going, you know, as far as like, I got us doing what Detroit did, NFC Championship this season with Caleb. And you know, whether the offense is the biggest part of it, you know, having putting up points or not, that's, you know, that part is more irrelevant to me, is because this defense, even without an extra pass rusher, is very, very dangerous. You know, we've improved the secondary because we got a guy we know that can stay healthy, minus last year, which was his first year really having a fluke injury, and Kevin Byard. So that dude's he's a thumb. He's going to make quarterbacks hold that football because of his skill set. You know, quarterbacks aren't just going to be, you know, gun ho to just throw that football down the middle with him roaming the middle. You know, so we got him in that secondary that helps make the secondary even more dangerous than it already was. And now that we got Tremaine Edmonds and Edwards with, you know, the sand god, you know, and our three linebackers, you know, we got those guys in this system for another year, which is what, you know, we saw. It took them a while to finally get acclimated. And once they got acclimated, got rolling, you start seeing those linebackers getting the turnovers as well. now that they've gotten an extra year under their belt, this defense is going to be lights out. And a lot of people are underrating the development of Gervon Dexter. I'm not. I think he's going to be a stud. Most likely going to have his first Pro Bowl season next year. This coming season, in my opinion.
Possible.
And I only say that because who is coaching him now? Eric Washington.
I hope you're right, man.
I hope so too.
Last time he had someone who had a similar build like that, who was built that way, he had Tank Johnson. Remember, when he had dudes like that with him. We saw what he did. So it's so I already know what it is. There was a question on here I wanted to quickly answer. It was for Mr. Davis, but is Chicago looking like a destination franchise for free agents? And
always,
yeah.
Hey, I think so.
I'm gonna quickly say, just quickly on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I think we are now. This what we did this offseason proves that now. We didn't have.
We were at our worst. We were at our worst. We were always a destination for free agents.
It's because it's the Bears and the market we sit in. I mean, it's just the history of the franchise.
In the past, we couldn't always snag the big guy unless we traded for him. Now we get guys who are literally willing to take smaller paychecks to come here.
Yeah.
First we had to spend that money to get those big names.
You had to cut the
now
check.
We didn't have to do that. I mean, Gerald Everett and Keenan Allen turned down more money at other places to come here. And we didn't even know who the quarterback was going to be yet. I mean, they probably knew, but what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's like, man. Q, you want to get this next question that was up right? There's a question.
I can't really. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Pink. Show me the questions because I can't.
All right, I'll read the question off for you, my friend. I forgot yours. You having some issues here, but the fans. We have Cliff here. Cliff Victoria says, "You guys think Caleb Williams will break Kramer's all-time Bears season yards record of 3,833 yards? I think he has a shot at it. So
yeah, he got a shot for sure.
He's going to break it." But I don't think it's going to be. Is she talking about this? Is she talking about this year or period? Of course, it's going to break
the single season record, most likely this year.
This year, okay. No, I think he'll just miss it because, like you said, it's going to be a learning curve. So I think they're going to feed the rock with the running backs more. Then as the season goes along, you'll see more towards the air game and stuff like that. So I think he's going to. Well, the Bears. I'm not even going to speak on the Bears rookie quarterback. That's the bar is completely low for those stats.
But
so that's a given. But I think he'll just miss it. As far as the yards, now I think he might get it over the touchdowns because of the red zone, the tight ends. Mm-hmm. He got some red zone threats. I think he could get that with the touchdowns, but he'll just miss the yards. Either way, it's gonna be a successful season in my eyes for Caleb, man.
I think he gets the yards. You want to know why? Because he's put in a similar situation that Eric Kramer was in. Eric Kramer had 3 legit receivers as well, but Kramer didn't have the tight ends though.
Yeah, he didn't have that.
He didn't have the tight ends, but he had Conway, he had Graham, he had Ingram. Very similar situation, and this is a passing league now. So I think he breaks it.
At least you agree
it's
with
possible. Me. It's possible. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think it's possible. But I mean, I don't want to jump off the cliff like you, Pinky. I'm not ready. I'm
just saying his floor. Like, look, you may not think we get the 3,000 yard receivers, but I know for damn sure he throwing for over 4,000 yards. With this offense, he getting 4,000 yards. I don't care anybody's. I'll argue that to my face. Look, I will die on this hill with that one. That record is as good as broken before week 13. He's 4,000 yards.
So I think before week 13.
So I have a question I have a question to piggyback off that for the three of y'all. I'm gonna start with you, Darius. So if Pinky's saying 4,000 yards, let's just say each receiver get 1,000 yards, which I hope that happens. I pray to God, hope it does.
Me too.
So that means we're not going to see much of a run game that much. What do you guys think of that?
I'm
start with you, Darius. Go ahead, man.
I'm in total agreement with you, but I think we're gonna run just enough to set up these passing situations because week after week, what we show to the world, somebody's recording it. You know what I mean? And these defensive coordinators, these teams are going to have to pick their poison. You know what I'm saying? So it may be a week where Swift runs for 111, Herbert runs for 60. You know what I mean? And then Johnson brings up the rear, he runs for 44. Okay, do the math on that. You know, and Caleb only might throw for 225, 230 that week. So when the next team that comes in, the defense is going to be ganging up for the run. So this when the play action comes into play. So now
I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
Swift may only get 75 that following week. Herbert may only get 35 or 40. Johnson may only get 20, but Caleb done threw for 330 and 3 touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a week-to-week thing.
Balance, basically, what you're saying.
But hopefully Caleb, has the, the savvy to pick his spots and know when to, when to roll them and when to throw them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But he can break that record without everybody getting 1,000 yards. You know what I mean?
True. Because I forgot too. You're going to get some passes from the running backs too.
Yeah, and I honestly think that DJ and Keenan Allen, their numbers are gonna go down because I think the wealth is gonna get spread. You know what I mean? Like Keenan may not have the number of receptions he had when he was in San Diego here.
God, I hope not.
And DJ may not have the number of yards. We all assume that everybody's healthy, but DJ may not have the number of yards that he had last year. But as long as the wealth is spread across the board, we can't argue with it.
Of course not.
The results gonna be a pretty exciting thing, man.
All right, can we just take a quick break and be appreciative of the fact that we are arguing about if our quarterback is gonna have three receivers over 1,000 yards instead of like who gonna be able to catch the damn ball.
That's a blessing.
Appreciate that.
That's going.
Like
that's a blessing.
We never thought we'd be having these kind of conversations. This is crazy.
Yes, sir.
That's a blessing. Go ahead, BJ. So so the bounce off Pinky 3,000 receivers. What you expect from the running game then, if that happens?
So I see. I don't expect that because I expect the Bears to utilize their running game. They have 3 running backs. They just signed a running back to a big deal. He's going to want the rock. Then you have. I mean, you got to utilize the run game because the run game has been so successful for the Bears. And you have 3 good running backs. 2 of them have proven themselves. One is still, trying to prove himself. So I that's why I don't think that you're going to have 3,000-yard receivers because you got to run the rock. You got to utilize your weapons. Now, granted, we have the quarterback that we have now with Caleb. He's more of a better pocket passer than what we've had in the past. So you're going to see them utilize his arm a lot more than they did in the past. So it's going to be a little give and take here. But I do believe that the run game is going to be used very well.
Okay. Hold up, Ping. I'm about to get you. And shout out to everybody in the comment section, man. We got 80 heads in here, man. Much love. Appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it.
You guys
go ahead, Mr. 3,000 receivers. So when you have over 3,000, each receiver having 3,000, that means Komet's going to get his, tight end's going to get theirs. So what are you expecting from the run game then, man? You can't be expecting too much if you give them crazy.
And that's where that's where I think, people are focusing on the fact that you gotta have if the passing game is doing well, that the running game isn't. No, both can be true. Like
but not.
both can be
But
very
I
true.
get what you're
Like,
saying, but how
because
that's kind of you're not
but
gonna be
the thing is,
balanced
since
with
you mentioned
3,000-yard receivers.
But yes, we could have 3,000-yard receivers, and then, like you said, if we're utilizing the running backs in the passing game, I don't think they're going to care that they aren't getting the rushing numbers, because Swift can wind up having, like he said, he can have like 56 yards rushing, but he'll have 49, maybe 57 yards catching as a receiver. 4 or 5 receptions, 56 yards, and maybe a touchdown, a receiving touchdown. No rushing touchdown, but he's getting rushing yards. And I think because teams have to respect that aspect of the game from Swift and Herbert and Roshan, though all three guys being interchangeable, being able to catch out the backfield, that opens things up even more for our passing game. So that's why I feel like the 4,000 to 4,500 yard passing game number is more achievable, because of the fact that we got guys who can catch the ball out the backfield. People are going to be expecting these guys to just run the ball. We don't always have to. We can use the running backs as another extension of a quick handoff to pitch out to him. That's a pass. A forward pass pitch off. He running with the football like a running back, right? Coming from the backfield running, and boom. It's like a 60-yard run, but it's a pass play. It's a pass play, but it's a 60-yard run with him or with Herbert. So the yards are going to come. The manufactured numbers for the quarterback to get up to 4,500 is going to be, in my eyes, going to show up very quickly, because of the running backs and because of these receivers getting theirs. And because teams have to respect our run game, because we've been so good, I think it just opens things up even more. Okay. Because if you decide to spread your defense out to try to stop everybody, then guess what? You got a light box. Guess what? Caleb could just quickly change the play. Keep everybody in their pass formation. Just go ahead and let Swift run the ball. You got 5 dudes. He make one dude miss. That's a 50-yard run. He gone. Okay. We've seen that at Philly already.
Yeah, and to piggyback off Pink, man, Swift just came out of a similar situation in Philly. Yeah. Philly's a pass-first team. They just do a lot of disguising and smoke and mirrors and stuff, with the run game. A lot of deception.
Well, what I mean? Philly kind of screwed them over towards the end of the season. They kind of went away from him.
Well, yeah,
he was heavy in the offense, and they went away from him, and that kind of messed them up by doing that. So they kind of killed themselves by going away from him, because he was killing on my fantasy team. Then all of a sudden, they just stopped feeding him the rock, and you saw what happened, man. So it's just, I would love to see the Bears be more balanced. I want to see more balance than 3,000 yard receiver. I would love it, but I want to see like at least 2,000 yard receivers. Komet getting like. The talent is there, man. So it's like, wow. Like Darius said, man, every week somebody different is going to eat, man.
Yeah.
Every week, man. Yeah. And that's what I appreciate the most about this roster, man. It's not like we already knew last year DJ was going to be the only one to eat. DJ and Cole. This year, we don't know who's going to eat from week to week, man. And you can't ask nothing. You can't ask anything better than that, man. You can't, man.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you what somebody told me, man. Balance in sports is very overrated. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say this is because you do what works that week.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We not sitting here counting carries. If this guy's getting 5 yards a touch, you know what I'm saying? We not sitting here counting pass attempts if we getting 12 yards a catch. You know what I mean? We're going to stick with what works, and the next team that comes in here, they're going to have to worry about stopping what works. And then we're going to, as long as we have the options to change up the versatility, you know what I'm saying? I think, like I said before, man, I think things going to be all right.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be a one-trick pony, too much. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, being a one-trick pony, if the trick is working for that week, call me what you want.
Oh yeah.
That's true. I'm with you on that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fact,
If it's working, we rolling. You know what I mean? Stop the trick. You see what I'm saying?
Once they stop that, you come with another one.
Yeah, as long as we had the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to come with something different. Now, being a one-trick pony is doing the same thing 1 week and then come the following week and doing the same thing. Like,
that's what Getty did. That's what Getty did. That's what Getty did. And that's why I don't like him. That's what Getty did.
But see, Getty did it. Getty did it because he didn't trust the quarterback.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And I hate to keep giving the guy excuses, but they're valid, man. The league is showing you that it's valid. Like you don't have to take what I say. The league showed you that how valid these statements are. He got a job 2 weeks after he was fired. Yeah, he may not have been the first choice, but that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? He was chosen. Meanwhile, we had to figure out where we're going to send Justin.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, balance in sports is overrated. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you ain't doing nothing great. You're doing a lot of good things around there, but you know what I'm saying? What I was taught, whatever you good at, that's what you do. Yeah, but whatever you your greatest asset, that's what you do.
Yeah, that comment. Hold on, but the Peyton Manning was a veteran. He wasn't a rookie.
But at the same time, when they got to the AFC playoff game, and when they stopped Edgerrin James, Peyton Manning throwing interceptions all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people like what I'm saying. Like I said, you coming in with that balance word, man, that could be a detriment.
Well, balance, because San Fran was balanced this year.
Well, no, San Fran did what worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like,
I ain't trying to shortchange you, man. Like,
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We have to focus on doing what works on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we have the ability to do whatever y'all want, y'all think y'all can stop. We got the ability to do that.
True. But to go back to my man BJ right here, the reason I say this year for balance, because we're still dealing with a rookie quarterback. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to just chuck it all over the place. Now, if he come in and he's on some veteran shit like I hope he is, then air it out all day until they fucking stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. But like I said before, 1 week he may throw for 320. The next week he may throw for 178, but we done ran for 180, 220. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just
that's that balance though. Week to week.
Yeah, it's week to week though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's game to game.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all think y'all can stop, we can adjust.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying when I say balance. I'm not saying like during the game. I'm talking about like week to week and stuff like that. Not during the game, week to week and shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get back to this moon, then we about to close it out soon. The moon. So as far as realistically, Pinky, I'm gonna let you take us out, man. I'm gonna start with you, Darius. Realistically, what is this year? What is the ceiling for you, record-wise, and how far you think the Bears can go this year? With everything, the defense, the offense,
with health and everything, going as we think it should go. I like 11 wins for us. I like 11 wins for us. The floor being 9, anywhere from 9 to 11 wins. Second round playoffs. If we get a lucky kick, we can get to the NFC title game. This is if everything goes well. But still in playoffs, man. Whatever playoffs mean. You know what I mean? But anywhere from 9 to 11 games, man.
Okay. Respect. I'm with you on that, man. Go ahead, BJ.
So floor to ceiling, I would say 10 to 12 games. I think the floor is 10 games. I don't expect anything less than 10 games this year. Just based off of our schedule. I ain't going that far down.
You're going to say 13, 14 games, bro.
No, hell no, I ain't gonna say no 14.
Nah, Pete
games.
gonna say 13, 14 games.
Oh yeah, he probably gonna say 17 damn games.
I'll definitely say we going undefeated.
Right. I think that playoffs is very realistic. A deep playoff run, like Darius says, things will have to go perfectly for us to do a deep playoff run. But realistically, I think playoffs is first round, possibly second round. But there are a lot of teams that are tough, man. That have been there, so they're more experienced. So, it'll be a fun season. It'll be a fun season. Playoff for sure. I think playoffs is realistic for us.
All right. Go ahead. For me, I'm with y'all, man. You and Darius. I got my ceiling is like at least 11, 10 games. I'm trying to be realistic this year.
Good.
Because I still, even though I know he got better coaching staff around him, so I think Getsy won't screw up so many games like he did this year. He's still a question mark for me. I think he can be a good coach, but I just can't get over I have to get over some of the things he did last year to cost us some games. But I think the defense, I expect the defense to be top 5. I expect the offense to be hovering around top 10. And I expect 10 wins. I'll be so disappointed if they come out with a 8-9 season or 9-8 season. I expect 10 wins or more, man. With this schedule, I expect some good things. My expectation for Caleb is high this year, man. I expect rookie of the year. I don't see why not, man. The talent is there. And like Darius said, man, we got options galore. Options galore, man. He got safety nets all over the place. So
he does.
He got safety nets all over the place, man. Pick your poison, as far as I'm concerned.
Bailey's on the practice squad. I think Bayless is going to have a good year. I really do. I think Bayless is going to have a good year. And I think he is.
And the fact that the Bears won 7 games with mediocre quarterback play, we could have had more if the offense would have picked up. So the offense is going to be better, and the defense is going to be better. The schedule favors us why not us, man? Playoffs. What you think? Go ahead, Pinky. Give us your 85 Bears prediction.
He's going 17-0.
Vegas,
17-0.
So now Vegas has us at 8. Going 8.5. They say more. It's favorite more under. It got us more. A lot of them are saying recent polls has got us going over 8.5 games. So they got us at 9. Me, I've always said, I said 10-7 is the floor. Like if we are mediocre at best, 10-7 is what our record will be. If we stay healthy and kind of hit our stride and just have the season that everyone's thinking, 12-5 maybe. But my expectations is 13-4. I said it last week. I'm going to stick to that 13-4. I look at this schedule. I don't see more than 4 teams beating us. I don't. I just don't. I see us maybe fall into a trap game here and there. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I don't really, especially now that we got a bye week at week 7, and then we got all these extra games. We got all these night games that's giving us, we got 2 Monday night games, 2 Sunday night games, a Thursday night game, and then we got the game in London where we're the home team. So we get the extra home game, but it's in London against the Jags. Now, we may lose that game against the Jags because the Jags seem to be invincible in London.
That's a trap game. I think that could be a trap game.
However, after those, but they're the toughest team out of the first, I'm not saying the Lions are going to be the toughest team to me. I'm sorry. I can't see, after seeing us beat them pretty much 2 times with us just bad play calling, gave them the other game. I'm not saying I can't say the Lions are better than us. They're not. That damn it, no. So I got us beat. I got us going like 5-1 after the first 6 games before our bye week. And I think the only team that beats us is probably the Jags in London. And I say maybe. Yeah, maybe. We might get our heads bashed in by the Niners, so week 4, but we'll see. But
that's a good game though.
But yeah, I just don't see, especially with us getting that extra game for the Hall of Fame game. I think we hit the ground running. Like it worked for the Texans getting that extra game. So why not? Like I don't see why we can't be 13-4. We were 7-10, and we had a lousy offense. We had a lousy offense, and our defense didn't even show up the first half of the season. You imagine we actually show up week 1, and the offense is even if the offense is still steadily building up like they did last year, like even if it takes us like by week 4 to actually hit our stride, can you imagine with the defense that we got being able to carry on from what they had last year? No, man. 13.
So you think that we're going to be a 2 seed going into the playoffs?
Well, I don't think we'll be a 2 seed because I still think that the Niners will probably wind up being like 14-3. So they're probably because they got their schedule looks pretty favorable, especially where their bye week is. And like I said, look at their division. Everyone in their division got weaker except for them for the most part. I mean, they got weaker
but on paper.
Yeah, on paper, they everybody in their division got a little weaker or still kind of weak. The Cardinals aren't really a threat to the Niners. Maybe the Seahawks got a little bit better to be somewhat of a threat, but they don't have the offensive coordinator they had because he's with us now. So, and yeah, the Rams are the Rams. They're wild. They're up and down. So they're not.
I mean, I wouldn't sleep on the Rams. I think the Rams have an opportunity to be decent this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
last I checked, Aaron Donald retired. So yeah, that's
Aaron Donald is one piece of that team. I think the Rams are.
And he was the defense. He was the biggest piece on that defense, brother. Like
but you still got the masterminds on the sideline, though.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. So don't sleep on that team.
Like you have masterminds on the sideline that you have to respect.
Yes,
because the way they scheme things up over there on that side of the country, man, it's pretty phenomenal, man. So like the season's gonna be interesting, man, and all it takes is an injury to some team to change the whole, week by week, baby. Yes. Week by week.
We just better hope it's not us.
Right.
We always get the bad. We always get the short end of the stick.
Quick little fun stat. The Chicago Bears, the last 4 seasons, were in the top 10 in injuries. The last 4 seasons, they were in the top 10 injured players, like by numbers of players. They were in the top 10 the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, it's keep an eye on. It's a nasty reality, man. It's a nasty reality.
And the thing that sucks the most, because they still had a better record than us each year, which is irritating. The Packers were in there twice, like ranked higher. They had more injuries than we did 2 of those years. 2 out of those 4 years, they had more injured players. And one of those years was this year.
We seem to have injuries to our best players. Injuries is one thing, but when you have injuries in key spots.
But I'm just going by cumulative number. It says, it just jots down cumulative number. It doesn't go by, player or who it is. It's just by the cumulative number of players throughout the season, how many you have injured. The Bears have been in the top 10 the last 4 years.
Yeah.
That is terrible luck. And the prior years to that, when we were in the playoffs, prior to all that, even when we were really bad before the 2018 season, we didn't have that. We didn't have injuries like that. So I think a lot of that was a lot of bad luck with a lot of those bad injuries and stuff. That was just terrible. Like, I looked at that. That's astonishing. Astonishing. And I don't see, that trend continuing.
I hope not.
Hope not. Let's hope not.
Yes, and can you hear us, Q?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Making sure it's my laptop's telling me my audio is going out, so I don't know if anybody can hear me.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, my thing is acting up also, man. Technical difficulties. So basically, man, we all expect the Bears to be in the mix at the end of the year, man. If everything, like you guys said, everything goes the way, not too many. Hopefully, no major injuries and stuff like that, man. But even with the injuries, I think the Bears is depth is there, man. One guy go down, you still got a legit person.
It depends on what position. Shoot, if Caleb goes down, where are we going?
That's why the Bears need to bring in a veteran QB, in my opinion.
Caleb.
Well, yeah.
Time, fellas.
I'm not even gonna give that. I'm not even gonna give that any thought. I'm not even putting that in my mind.
Me neither.
Going down.
But we just can't bring anybody though. It has to be the right guy, man. You know, the Tannehill stuff, I ain't with that.
No, I don't want no Tannehill.
No.
I ain't with that.
Cam
Newton.
I'd rather go get
Cam Newton.
I'd rather go get Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniel's been retired. What do you mean?
I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather go get Chase Daniel than bring Ryan Tannehill to Chicago, man.
No, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Tannehill, man.
I don't want Ryan Tannehill.
Mm-hmm.
No,
well,
I'll be okay. I'll be okay with Cam Newton because, I mean, at least he will have some type of what? I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Man, I love Cam Newton, man. Cam Newton is finished.
I think.
Man.
Well, I don't know if he's finished, but I think he could be serviceable as a backup. So let's hypothetically say Caleb gets injured. You know, you could bring in a Cam that can run an offense. You know, that you could feel comfortable with him running an offense.
Hey,
you mean take a snap?
My thing is, can you show some love to the sponsor for me, Pinky, my brother?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and get in for that. So today's sponsors, we got, you know what I'm saying, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to Bridges Scoreboard is your Northwest Indiana Chicago sports headquarters with the Hall of Fame menu and the coldest beer in Chicagoland. To prep for your next Chicago sports night, please visit them at at bridgesscoreboard.com or call 1-219-924-2206. Again, the official Chicago sports headquarters with a Hall of Fame menu, Bridges Scoreboard, located in Griffin, Indiana. They got some of the best tater tots on the planet. I'm telling you. But I digress. Get going to the next one because I can sit there and talk about them all day. You guys are awesome. And if you're looking to get your top gear, like you see what I got, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get your jerseys, your t-shirts, your hats, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get fitted for them games. You already know you got to go to TC World of Wonders. You know, so it's one of the biggest sports places you can get, like any kind of like custom, you know, hats, you know, jerseys. Like you don't have to wait in line. You know what I'm saying? Look, tracks. Look, man. This man got the secret sauce because this man had a Caleb jersey like not even 3 days after the brother was drafted. I don't know how the hell he did it, but all I know is he got the hookup at TC World of Wonders. And if you trying to get that same hookup, you need to go get to him. It's TSCWorldOfWonders.com. Home of America's, greatest sports memorabilia, baby. So go ahead and get yourself hooked up with them. And then if you want to, if you trying your best, get your money up, you want to try to get to the game, but you can't get to the game, but you're watching it, but you want to see if you want to still make some money while you're watching the game, underdogfantasy.com, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? You got some nice parlays, some good picks. You know what I'm saying? You want to do the over-under like me. If you want to be bold like I'm going to do. When I picked the over, obviously, of the 8.5, I put in my 13, put in the 13-4. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering, when they bring that poll up, if the Bears going to have 3, receivers over 1,000 yards, I'm going to be putting that in there. And y'all ain't making that money, and I got that money. I'm going to be laughing at y'all because I know I'm going to be right.
BJ, you hear him? You hear him, BJ?
I have no choice but to hear him. I have no choice but to hear him.
Tell me, Pinky, we all hope you're right, bro.
Underdog fantasy.
Every one of us said we hope you're right, man.
Man.
Every one of us. We're not saying you're crazy. We're just saying,
No. Speak for yourself. I am saying he's crazy. I am saying he's crazy. Speak for yourself. I am saying
crazy
he's
like
crazy.
a fox. Crazy like a fox. Just like I'm crazy. Just like I'm crazy like a fox. Just like I'm being crazy like a fox when I say to go ahead and go to Underdog Fantasy. Go ahead, get your bets in. Put in our promotion code CSP. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself hooked up. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself some great money. Don't forget to use our promo code again, CSP, when you go sign up. So, and to finish things off, you know what I'm saying, after a long day of listening to me, you know what I'm saying, being right about the Bears and the receiving core.
We hope you're right.
We praying that you're right. We praying it, but
if you BJ right now, you probably about to head on over to soak your sorrows of being wrong again to Leroy at Serendipity Ice Cream. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get yourself a nice little sundae there. Serendipity Ice Cream. You know what I'm saying? They look some of the best food you'll have on the planet. You know, so I had my cousin go out there and kind of scope it out and kind of made me mad because he didn't bring me none, but that's okay. I got him when I see him, though. So some of the delicious summertime tastes that you'll have out there, it's what they call serving up a slice of heaven, you know what I'm saying? So I recommend the Delectable Funnel Cake Sundae, which is what he had. And let me tell you, the portion side, man, I'm kind of mad that he didn't bring none. I'm not even going to front. I'm mad he didn't share that with me. He could have brought me some, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't do it.
It's showing, man.
And introducing one of our newest sponsors, Worth Stadium Club. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you guys joining us. So if you need more information, please check them out. Worth Stadium Club, look them up. So those are our sponsors for the evening. And I'm going ahead and put up some of these other chats in here for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So we can make sure we are showing some love and appreciation for you guys. You guys have been amazing.
90 in the chat. 90 in the chat, man. It's a blessing.
Over 100 in the chat. You guys
like and subscribe, man.
Yes.
Like and subscribe, man.
Share the love and good vibes, baby.
Yeah, my man Darius bringing the heat.
Yeah, man. He's on it. He's on it today.
Is,
on it. And I agree with some of you guys in here about Tyson Bagent. Now he got to get that arm strength up, though. You can't have your dad being.
We still on Tyson Bagent, man. I don't think Tyson Bagent's gonna be on a team.
Wow.
Listen. I'm not a Tyson Bagent fan at all, man. He can't push the ball down the field. No.
I don't know, but maybe it was the offense.
I'm not mad at him, man. I'm all right with Tyson.
No. Maybe the offense, they was handicapping the offense because he was a rookie. And
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't want to see him on the field. I'm sorry, man.
No. We don't want to see him there.
Yeah.
But I think he can hold that practice squad down.
Practice squad, okay. I mean, possibly.
We don't want to see nobody there but 18, man.
Facts.
Yeah. Nobody there but 18.
Facts.
But if it come down, listen, Tyson didn't do a bad job last year, man. He was thrown into a situation. He went 2-2. Yeah, the defense helped, but that's what they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like we were playing up against a bunch of lights out quarterbacks ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hey man, we take the small victories, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. Sometimes, man, you gotta take what you want and run out the back door, man.
Facts. But the whole thing that's bothering the Tyler Bagent thing, you have Bear fans who really want this dude to be starting.
Yeah,
man. They crazy.
For the life of me, I don't even.
If this offseason ain't taught you nothing, bro. If this offseason hasn't taught you anything.
Yeah.
No, it reminds me. Every offseason reminds me why I get frustrated with Bear fans, man. Every offseason.
And it's to the point.
Every offseason.
It's to the point I had to catch myself because if I'm getting frustrated with these Bears fans, it's something wrong.
And I love Bear fans, man, but
yeah, it's something wrong with me because they ain't doing nothing but being who they are, and we're a passionate fan base. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of craziness going on. That's what happened when you speak without emotion.
Tyler Bagent shit.
Yes, game ball going to you, my friend, Mr. Lockhart.
Thank you, sir.
Locked and loaded today, man.
I appreciate
it, yes, facts, man. He came in that nice energy, man. Appreciate it.
But I'm still gonna take the MVP trophy because I still say I was right about my take on the 3 1,000-yard receivers.
Hey,
So,
listen, look, we want you to be right.
We want you to be right, my brother.
I know. I'm just giving y'all crap about it.
We want you to be right.
Look at his face.
But hey, Pig, you know what? If you right, I'm gonna need
we all win. We all win.
But I'm gonna need some Mega Million Powerball numbers from you. You know what I'm saying?
brother. If I want to be right about that, yeah, I'm gonna call you up right away.
Yeah, I need you.
Now, I will say this: if they do get 3,000, 3 receivers get 1,000 yards, I will say your 13 win thing is very possible. That means that offense is lights the fuck out.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said last week,
we already know that defense is gonna be legit. So if that happens, what you're saying, oh my god.
But we have to
double down. I did double down on my take. I said top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. I did like last week. I said both offense and defense will be within the top 5.
Well,
so I did say
that's what you're saying.
That's world beaters,
that's
man.
Super Bowl contenders, bro.
Yeah, that's world beaters.
Just say it, man. Say it.
That's
Super Bowl contenders, baby. Because I said NFC championship, baby. I said that the NFC championship.
Top 5 offense and defense. Just say it, man. Say it with your chest.
Beaters.
Oh, you ain't. Oh man, trust me. I'm most definitely gonna say it with your chest, brother. I'm telling you, I am excited about this team. I've never seen this high of collection of players in my life on this squad. Like I ain't seen nothing I haven't seen a team this talented from top to bottom on the roster since the 85 Bears. Well, the 84 Bears, the 84 85 Bears.
Yeah.
Where they had literally a mega star damn near on every section on the team. Like the only question marks we have kind of is the offensive line, and that's only if they can just stay healthy. It's not a matter that they can't play. It's not that they can't play. It's a matter that they just gotta
line gonna be
just stay healthy. Just stand there long enough to stand in front of somebody's face so Caleb get the damn ball out.
Okay, let me ask you this though. Right now, before we play it down, where you think our defense is at right now?
Top 5.
Already?
Top 5 in the NFL. Not
already?
Just
I think top 10. I think top 10. I wouldn't put
top 5 because of our
yet.
secondary. Because of our secondary and just having that one, even just having Sweat, we had 22 interceptions.
Right. Okay.
That's just for having Sweat.
Now, this is where I think we're at. And this is before we play it down this season. I think we top 12 right now. Top 12, top 13. Right?
Yeah.
This is before we play it down.
That's fair.
And I only say this because last year our defense showed flashes, and a lot of times it was against somebody's second or third string QB.
That's fair.
Let's be honest.
That was fair.
You know, being top 13 as a defense is not bad. But
not at all.
But if we can get our offense to a top 10, top 8 level, that's going to bring our defense to that top 10, top 8, and, you know, possibly if we play some more bad quarterbacks, top 5.
Yeah, we're going to be playing some bad quarterbacks in the NFC.
Yeah.
Some bad quarterbacks in there.
If the offense is top 8, that means the defense is going to get their breather. They're not going to be 3 and out, then right back out there and stuff like that. So, you know, they're going to be fresh. Hey, man.
Like an offense that piles on points forces another team offense to play catch up. And as a defense, as a D-line, as a defensive end, you want to know when this offense is ready to pass.
Yep. And the one thing, and a lot of things, reason why I was saying that, going into what I was talking about, with our offense being, with our kicking game, our special teams being able to put the offense in better field position, we're going to probably put up a lot of points right away. We're going to be a team like Caleb Williams strikes me as I hate to bring him up. He strikes me as that Aaron Rodgers try to put the dagger in your heart before the second quarter. Yeah. He's trying to be up like 4 or 5 touchdowns before the damn game even starts, where he's trying to take that big shot. And I have a feeling Caleb's going to be able to capitalize on it right away, and it's going to scare defenses towards the latter part of the season because of that. I think because he's young, you know, because they don't have tape on him, he's going to come out there with Shane Walters going to come out there just going for these kill shots. Boom, 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 boom. They not knowing what the offense is going to be. We're going to have it's going to be like 28-3 right away, you know, mid-second quarter or something like that. And then we can kill them with the run game, slow down the clock, eat up the clock with the run games to get the run game numbers up. But then, you know, have him dink and dunk to get some like cheap passing yard numbers to build the stats and stuff. That's where I feel like this offense is going to be like. We're going to be
get ahead, when we get those 2 touchdown leads, here come the sacks and the INTs, baby.
Yes.
They come.
And that's what I feel confident that this team is going to be able to do that right away. And once we beat the Lions week 1, 35-17, there you go.
But here's the
I
thing.
love it, man.
Here's the thing. I don't know.
We'll
See
see.
if y'all agree with me.
Rest of the
I know
season.
you probably won't, BJ. I don't think it's going. I don't think Caleb's really going to hit a rookie wall too bad, man. I think his mentality, and I think he's just built for this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm drinking a Kool-Aid.
I hope so, but I mean,
I don't really see him hitting a rookie wall, man. I think he's that cerebral in his mind that he might just come in and hit the doors, hit the ground running, man. I'm honestly, I'll be surprised if he hit a rookie wall, man. I honestly would, man. I think he's gonna be different. I think he's gonna be
baby.
different.
Listen, I hope you're right, but my main thing, he's still a human being, man.
True.
So if he hits a wall,
He gonna hit him.
Hopefully our team, you know what I'm saying, can rally around him, and you know what I'm saying, we can withstand, you know what I'm saying, the wall he hit. You know what I mean? And when he's ready to regroup, we there with him. You know what I mean? So you know, he's still a human. He's still a rookie. You know, and hitting the wall is kind of part for the course. You know what I'm saying? So if he does, we just need to be able to pick up. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the slack.
And someone mentioned his first game in Oklahoma, which he came in for a lift. That right there was very impressive, man. That's what I'm saying. He came in and they was getting cooked. He came in, the whole situation changed.
Yeah, see, Robert Lee brought up a point that I was trying to explain to you guys. He has what most of the other rookies have not had because he was the number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
He had the opportunity to get the playbook already with the concepts and most of the routes. He's got chemistry with these guys. He's got Cole Kmet. He already had Cole Kmet, Everett, the whole skill position guys. The only guys he hadn't had with him was Swift and Herbert.
He's really moving like a vet, man. You know
exactly. But he's been doing it since he's been doing it since he was 10 years old, though. You know, he's been this way since he was 10. Since he was 6, his parents had him doing this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he know how to operate. You know what I'm saying? He ain't your average rookie. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't feel like what CJ Stroud did it's not impossible. It's not reachable. It's not something that's just an outliner. I think it's doable for someone with Caleb's mindset and his capabilities because of the fact that he's not your average rookie.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree with that.
First overall pick, and by far, literally a generational talent. Like, you got teams literally was willing to probably give their firstborn child to get this guy. Like, they literally had turned their phones off. If you go and watch the draft, you can see they had all the phones off the hook. Everybody's table had their phone off the hook. When nobody picking up the phones. They was not picking up the phone when that draft started. They knew.
What's your thoughts, BJ? You go ahead, give it to us, man. You know, pause, but you know.
So I don't know. I mean,
I know you're not trying to get ahead of yourself.
Right. I hope he doesn't have a rookie wall, but it's just hard for me to jump over the edge and say he's not going to have any rookie wall.
Yeah.
You know, even though he's this quote unquote generational talent, you know, whatever the hell that means. Whatever that means, you know.
No, I think he's going to struggle, but I don't see him hitting like a crazy rookie wall.
I don't think he's going to see that.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, but he still has to learn to play in the NFL. So there's going to be some type of wall. There's going to be some type of learning curve that he's going to have to adjust to. He's never played with any of these players, so he's going to have to learn how to play with these guys.
You keep saying he hasn't played with him, but he has. He's been training with them for over a month before he was.
That's different. That's different. Training and playing in the game. Playing in the game is totally different. That's totally different. Way different. Way different.
Absolutely.
So I think there is going to be a learning curve. So I think there is going to be a point where he may not be eye to eye with the receivers or the running backs or the tight ends.
I don't know about that.
You know,
Man, he's gonna have a 3
he's
interception game.
yeah, he's gonna have
gonna
moments
have
where
one.
he's gonna have moments.
He's gonna
Hey,
have
but
one, man.
Now
But
y'all
as
see that.
long as he's not consistently having these
Yeah.
moments,
That's
it's what's the key.
You know what's gonna
But
happen.
he's
as soon as
gonna
they
have
that first-
moments.
You know what's gonna happen as soon as they had that first 3-3 game. Oh, he's a bust.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get ready for
For
it.
me,
Get
I
ready
just feel
for
sorry
it.
for the next team he got to play. That's what's going to happen. I feel for the next teams that he got to play, and that team that gave him that 3 interception game, because he just seems like the kind of person who's going to hold that. He going to put that in his cell phone again. Everything else, he going to be like, "Oh, this is the team that made me look bad. I'm going to have to show out the next."
Here's the thing. I think this team is capable of overcoming a 3 interception game from him and still
Yeah,
get
that's
the
what
win.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
win.
I think so.
the team just gonna have to rally around him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Like
Darren
we used to do Rex
said.
Grossman.
Yeah.
What a night.
Yeah.
Man, it's
That
been
was-
a heck of
that
a
was
show,
a night
bro, man.
to
I'm
remember.
loving the vibes today, y'all. Please like,
Yes,
share, and
almost
subscribe.
100
If you
in the
feeling
chat.
this, get these likes up in the building for us, guys. If you feeling us, if you like what you're hearing, if you love this show with the content we putting out for you guys, please hit that like button, share, spread the word about Chicago Sports Podcast, baby. You know what I'm saying? We not these like big time, media celebrities and stuff like that.
Not yet.
Not yet, my friend. We just your everyday football fans. We are the people speaking for the people. You know what I'm saying? So, share that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Share the love. You know what I'm saying? Spread the word. Let everybody know.
One more thing I wanted to touch on, man. We probably have to wait till next week, but we didn't talk about how important that nickel position is, man, for this defense.
And definitely need to talk about that next week.
Gordon has to stay healthy, bro.
But I think he won the
and
best
Brisker.
in the league. Me personally,
Brisker always somebody always had to come on the field and come get him for a couple plays.
I said
every game.
The problem with Brisker, I said this before, he be trying to lay people out so much.
He's like a little missile. And he be hurting himself. Hurt himself.
I appreciate him trying to knock somebody out, but come on, man, he be trying to kill people and he end up, oh my gosh. But
yeah, man, that nickel spot though.
I think Gordon's one of the best in the league, man.
Yeah, but
he can stay healthy. He gotta stay healthy. He gotta stay healthy.
True.
And I want to give a quick shout out. I need to give a quick shout out to the objective with Eric Sullivan. I appreciate all the kind words you've been saying in the chat, my brother. Much love and respect to you, and God bless you, my brother. Like, man, love you, man. Love you. Thank you. Bruja 7, Cliff, Victoria, you guys have been awesome tonight. You guys have been in the chat. Amos, Robert Lee. You guys been killing it tonight. We appreciate you guys staying on with us. Chopping it up with us.
Before we head out, this last topic, this trending on All Through Sports. What your boy Rivers said. Who is the more athletic, NBA players or football players, man? Which one you think can ease into transition to each sport? Go ahead. I'm gonna start with you. BJ.
I would say football players, because I think football players can play football and basketball. I don't think basketball players can play football. Some can, but majority can't.
Yeah.
That's my take. I think football players. I don't know. That's hard. That's tough because basketball players are athletic as hell too.
They're more athletic. They're more athletic, but
Your dad is watching, BJ.
what do you think, Darius, about that, man? About what your boy Austin Rivers said?
I think I give football players the edge because football players have to deal with the elements, man. Basketball players, they come out, jerseys, nice sneakers, clean floors. You know what I'm saying? Football player, you still have to put that helmet on. And you still got to deal, like if you playing outside, you still got to deal with that 90-degree weather.
And you got to put that equipment on too?
Yeah.
And still be athletic.
And you still have to maintain your athleticism. Going every which way. You know what I'm saying? Basketball players, they wearing a jersey, couple of wristbands, maybe a headband, and they inside most of the time.
Yeah, true.
You know, with football players, you got to go against them elements, and you still have maybe about 15 more pounds worth of equipment on you, and you still got to run that 4-2. You still got to jump and get that 50-50 ball.
Yep.
You know, you still got to knock the receiver out and come across the middle.
Yep. Got to make those business decisions as a safety.
Yeah.
No. Well, for me, I was going to leave it at this. The Oklahoma drill decided who wanted to play basketball, who wanted to play football.
That's true. That is true. That is true. That's 100% true.
I'm going to leave it at that. Go ahead, Pinky. Go ahead and send us out, man.
Man. Football. Because there's more. Look, how many ex-basketball players are football players, and how many football players, you know, there's so many football players that are in these celebrity basketball things who look better than most of the basketball players that's playing.
That's essentially what I just said. I was saying
but the thing is, look, you can see there's been football players who can make the transition. You've never seen a basketball player make the transition to playing football. You know,
well, you see it sometimes. You see it sometimes, like you see Tony Gonzalez. You see
the way he's talking about it is like the way he was talking about it made it sound like, oh, basketball players can just, you know, basketball players now that are in the league now can go and just play. No.
I don't think that.
LeBron James would be done by week 3. He'd be done by week 3. I don't care how big you look in basketball, you got to be able to learn how to take a hit. Your body has to be used to that.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness with LeBron, he did play football in high school, and he was
most of them do though.
Most of them do, but they made the business decision. They made the business decision to play basketball for their careers to go longer. You know what I'm saying? That's a business decision. The one who really, I think, could have got it off was Allen Iverson. He was a beast across the board.
Yeah, he was a safety. Yeah, he was a safety and quarterback.
Charlie Ward too, but you know, if Charlie Ward was
I thought
he'd be a monster.
Iverson was a quarterback. I thought he was
a quarterback and safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Ronald Curry.
Yep.
For North Carolina. Ronald Curry, wide receiver for the Raiders.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Donovan McNabb was one of them.
Randall L.
Yep.
Randall L. Yep.
I mean,
a lot of them like I said, that Oklahoma drill.
Now, Nate Robinson was good at football. He decided to go basketball.
So was Anquan Bolden.
Yeah. He's like the best example where he was literally he could have been drafted right away, but chose to stay with football. Could have been drafted in both basketball and football.
Charlie Ward was like that too.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah, Charlie Ward was just in the wrong era, man. You know, so that's what happened with him, man. But on that note, man, it's time to clock it out, man. I appreciate the fellas. Appreciate everybody in the chat. 100 in the chat. Over 100 in the chat. Appreciate the sponsors. Appreciate the GM, my man Brandon, man. I appreciate everybody on the team. Call yourself out, fellas. Appreciate you, Pinky, man. Big up to Darius, man. Came in hot, man. Yo.
Peace, brother.
MVP today.
Man. Yes, man. He's about to be a rock star, man.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, y'all have a good night, man.
Good night, fellas.
Peace, love, good vibes, y'all.
He already set the tone for the topic, man. That nickelback position. We haven't talked about that at all.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the nickel at all.
Yeah, BJ, you know what it is. Yeah, we out here. Peace.
All right, fellas. Peace, man.
Peace.